You walk into a gallery. The art is beautiful. The space is pristine. The staff look like they stepped out of a fashion magazine. And then you look at the price tag, $8,000. For a painting by someone you've never heard of. You're not sure if it's brilliant or if you're just being told it is. You smile awkwardly, pretend you're considering it, and quietly walk out. Here's what they never tell you: that $8,000 painting? The artist received $4,000. Maybe less. And there's a very real chance the pricing had almost nothing to do with the actual quality of the art. Welcome to the art gallery system. Today I'm going to break it all down for you. The markups, the manipulation, the gatekeeping, and most importantly, what you can do about it. Whether you're a first-time buyer or just art curious, this video will change how you see every gallery you ever walk into. Before we dive in, let me give you some context. The global art market generates approximately $67.8 billion in annual sales. That's not a typo. $67.8 billion. This is a massive, sophisticated, and deeply opaque industry. According to the Art Basel and UBS Global Art Market Report, the most comprehensive annual survey of the art world, the top 1% of sales represent roughly 80% of total market value, which means this market has extreme wealth concentration at the very top. Gallery commissions typically run between 40% and 60%, with 50% being the industry standard according to artmatch.ca. The primary market, where new art is sold for the first time, is almost entirely controlled by galleries. But here's the key question most beginners never think to ask: who decides what art is worth, and why? I've spent months researching this, speaking with collectors, reviewing market reports, and diving into the documented history of how the art market actually operates. What I found will surprise you and in some cases genuinely shock you. Let's start with the mechanics. How does a painting end up priced at $8,000? The artist might have spent 60 hours on it. Their materials might have cost $200. They might be completely unknown outside a 10-block radius. So why $8,000? There is no formula. There is no rulebook. There's no equation where you add up hours plus materials times experience and arrive at a price. Art pricing is fundamentally subjective, and galleries know this. They exploit it. Here's how pricing actually gets set in the primary market. Step 1. The gallery takes on the artist and looks at comparable sales. Similar artists at a similar career stage. They don't want to undercharge, it signals low quality, and they don't want to overcharge, it might not sell at all. Step 2. Galleries control supply. Deliberately. According to art market expert Tristan van der Stegen, director of Paris Gallery Zippas, lowering prices would demonstrate that we have lost confidence in the work. So once a price is set, it only goes up, even if the market is lukewarm. Galleries need to maintain the illusion of a rising market. Step 3. The gallery adds their commission. The industry standard is 50%. So if the gallery and artist agree the painting should retail for $8,000, the artist gets $4,000. The gallery gets $4,000. But here's what most buyers don't realize. From that $4,000 the gallery gets, they're paying rent in prime. Real estate, staff, insurance, marketing, lighting, opening events, shipping, and catalogs. The economics are tighter than they look. But the optics? You walk in, you see a $8,000 price tag, and you're implicitly told, this artist is serious. This work has value. Trust us. And most people do. So now you understand the commission structure. But there's something more insidious happening: gatekeeping. Galleries don't just sell art. They decide who is worthy of being an artist. They decide which work is legitimate. They determine what gets seen, what gets validated, and what gets ignored. And they've been doing this for over a century. Here's how it works. A young artist creates compelling work. But unless a respected gallery agrees to represent them, their work has almost no market value. Museums won't acquire it. Serious collectors won't buy it. Critics won't review it. But because the gallery system is the filter through which serious art is defined. According to Artsy's editorial team, milestones that increase an artist's price include major solo shows at respected galleries, biennial inclusions, institutional recognition, the quality of collectors who've already bought their work. Notice what's not on that list: the quality of the art itself, the visual impact, the emotional resonance, the technical skill, the originality of vision. This is the gallery paradox. The system validates art based on who else has validated it, not on what the art actually is. Think about that for a second. If you're an emerging artist from a small town without gallery connections, your path to market legitimacy is extraordinarily difficult, regardless of how good your work is. But it gets more complicated, because galleries aren't just neutral validators. They have economic incentives that shape what they show. An artist who makes large, expensive paintings is more profitable per transaction than one who makes beautiful, small works. An artist who can produce consistently and reliably is preferred over one who creates unpredictably. The gallery isn't your art teacher. It's your business partner. And like any business partner, it has its own interests. Now let's talk about something that actively harms artists and misleads buyers. Vanity. Galleries A traditional gallery makes money by selling your art. A vanity gallery makes money by charging artists to show their work. They advertise exhibitions, they look legitimate, they have white walls and nice lighting, but they're not actually trying to sell your work. They've already made their money from you. Art matches guidelines state. Clearly, it is highly uncommon for galleries to ask artists to pay them to be included in their roster or exhibitions. Those that do this are referred to as vanity galleries and are generally not regarded as reputable. For buyers, vanity gallery shows are a red flag. The art there may not have been curated by quality. It's been selected by willingness to pay. The sold stickers may mean nothing. The testimonials may be manufactured. How do you spot a vanity gallery? Watch for artists who paid to show, no effort to promote or sell at the opening, rapid turnover of exhibitions without building any artist's long-term career. Rapid turnover of exhibitions without building any artist's long-term career. No history of placing work in serious private collections or museums. This isn't to say all smaller or newer galleries are bad. Many are doing excellent, authentic work with limited resources. But the art world, like any industry, has its share of parasites. And knowing how to identify them protects both artists and buyers. Now, galleries are just one piece of the puzzle. Let's talk about the secondary market, auction houses, and how they interact with galleries to create price narratives. When an artwork moves from primary market, gallery, to secondary market, auction, something fascinating happens. The auction price becomes a public record, and that public record loops back to validate or destroy the original gallery's pricing strategy. Here's a documented example. In 1973, Robert Scull, a New York taxi fleet owner who'd bought contemporary art cheaply, held an auction at Sotheby's. A Rauschenberg painting he'd bought for $900 sold for $85,000. This single event transformed the contemporary art market forever, proving that art could be a financial investment vehicle. This created a feedback loop that persists to this day. Gallery sells artwork at X price. Artwork sells at auction for 2x or 5x. Gallery uses that auction result to justify higher prices for the same artist. Higher gallery prices lead to higher auction estimates. Repeat what this means for you as a buyer. Auction results can be real market validation, or they can be manufactured. Documented cases, which we'll get to shortly, show that collectors have bought their own work at auction specifically to create a false price record. The market you're participating in is not always what it appears. Christie's and Sotheby's, the world's two dominant auction houses, were actually convicted of colluding to fix commission rates charged to sellers. This wasn't a rumor. It was a documented, prosecuted criminal conspiracy that resulted in fines totaling hundreds of millions of dollars. The CEOs of both houses went to prison. The art market is not a level playing field. But understanding these dynamics gives you an extraordinary advantage as a buyer, because most people walking through gallery doors have no idea any of this exists. So we've established that gallery prices are partly constructed. Auction prices can be manipulated. The gatekeeping system is real. But this raises a fundamental question. Is any art worth what it costs? Or is all of it a scam? Here's my honest answer, informed by research from Artsy, Art Basel, and independent market analysts. Art has genuine value, but that value operates on multiple levels that most beginners conflate. Level 1, emotional/aesthetic value. This is completely real and deeply personal. A painting that moves you every morning when you walk past it has real value, regardless of what Sotheby's thinks of it. Level 2, cultural value. Some art captures a moment, defines a movement, or contributes to human understanding in ways that are genuinely significant. When a museum acquires a piece, they're recognizing this level. Level 3, investment value. This is where it gets complex. According to the Art Market Report, the top 0.1% of artists generate most of the market's investment returns. For everyone else, the idea that art is a reliable investment is largely a myth sold by people who profit from you buying it. Level 4, status value. This is perhaps the most honest but least discussed driver. Owning art from a prestigious gallery signals wealth, taste, and cultural capital. The gallery is partly selling status. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that, as long as you know that's what you're buying. Once you understand which level of value you're pursuing, the gallery system starts to make more sense. And more importantly, you can start to make smarter decisions about where and what you buy. Let me give you some real examples that crystallize everything we've discussed. Case 1. The Knoedler Scandal. One of America's oldest and most prestigious galleries, Knoedler and Company, founded in 1846, sold approximately 40 forged abstract expressionist paintings for a combined total of over $80 million. Collectors paid fortunes for fake Rothkos and Pollock paintings. The fraud ran for 15 years. The gallery closed in 2011. Art dealer Glaffer Rosales pleaded guilty to wire fraud, tax evasion, and money laundering. What does this tell us? Even the most prestigious gallery history provides no absolute guarantee. Due diligence is always your responsibility as a buyer. Case 2. The Salvator Mundi. In 2017, a painting attributed to Leonardo da Vinci sold at Christie's for $450 million, the highest price ever paid for an artwork. Art critic Jerry Saltz called it a made-up piece of junk. Experts estimated that restorations constituted up to 90% of the final painting. Yet, Christie's marketed it as the male Mona Lisa, with blockbuster pre-auction events in Hong Kong, London, San Francisco, and New York. The buyer was ultimately traced to the Saudi crown prince. Case 3. The Damien Hirst skull. Hirst's diamond-encrusted skull for the love of God was priced at £100 million. When no buyers came forward, Hirst's gallery announced it had sold to a consortium of investors. The consortium turned out to be majority-owned by Hirst himself. He essentially bought his own work to maintain the price fiction. None of this makes all gallery art worthless. But it does mean you need to approach the art market with informed skepticism, not naive trust. So what do you actually do with all of this information? Here's your framework. 1. Know what you're buying for emotional enjoyment, cultural appreciation, investment, status. All are valid, just be honest with yourself about which it is. 2. Research the artist independently, not just through the gallery's materials. Look at where else their work has been shown. What do critics say? What do collectors say? Has their work been placed in museum collections? 3. Understand the price structure. Ask the gallery, how was this price determined? What has this artist's work sold for previously? What is your commission structure? 4. Explore alternatives. Buying directly from artists through platforms like Artsy, Saatchi Art, or even Instagram can get you comparable or better work at significantly lower prices. We'll go deep on this in an upcoming video. 5. Build relationships. The most sophisticated collectors don't just visit galleries. They build direct relationships with artists, studio visit artists, attend graduate shows, and develop expertise in specific areas of the market over time. The gallery system isn't a thing, but it's not a neutral marketplace either. It's a complex, partially opaque, socially constructed system with its own logic, its own beneficiaries, and yes, its own dark corners. Now you know how it works. That knowledge is worth more than any gallery guide they'll ever hand you. If this opened your eyes, subscribe to Art and Craftland. We publish one video a week going deep on the real mechanics of the art world. Every podcast, every interview, every resource is designed to make you a more informed, confident participant in the art market. And if you have a story about a gallery experience, good or bad, drop it in the comments. I read every single one. I'll see you in the next video.